down a bit.
Yeah, it's been a tough couple of weeks, especially coming off such a disappointing Origin series, and there was so much build-up, and then, you know, to finish like the way it did is sort of pretty deflating. But, you know, this is another Test match, and I feel the side that they've picked a good, strong side. They've brought in some youth, which is exciting, and they're looking forward to playing with a couple of these Brisbane fellas. Watch them week in, week out performing, just to see if they can go that next level, and if they can, you know, sort of the Test side's in safe hands for a long time.
In your mind, how are the debutants coping with their first national camp? I thought they looked fabulous at training today.
Yeah, they've been good. They're each characters in themselves, so they're fitted in very well that way, and I think the whole side's gelled together good, especially we've only been together a couple of days, and it's a pretty big ask, especially coming up, you know, off a big high, which what they did in the State of Origin, then, you know, then only a couple of days preparation of playing a high-intense Test match in Wellington. You know, a lot of the conditions are against us and a lot of things against us, so it's going to be a pretty tough game.
Chris, it's been difficult over your time as national coach to really retain that core base of players through injury, guys defecting to rugby union. It's still a winning team, but there's a lot of new faces, and there has been over the last 18 months, 2 years.
Yeah, it's a bit of a dangerous game for us that way, but there's a few unknowns there. There's a few unknowns in our team, how these blokes are going to come up. I think the good thing is they've had the State of Origin and we've picked some form players, but you know, this is the greatest accolade you can have in rugby league, and to wear your country's jumper. And these blokes, hopefully, the big thing what we've got to do with them this week is make sure they focus on the game and not the fact that they're playing for Australia. That's the important thing to come to this level of football, and to handle that straight away is a bit tough. But I think, you know, with Freddie and Joey and Shane Webke and Lockie and those blokes in the team, that, you know, they'll settle them down pretty good. The environment in the team is good. You know, the young blokes have come in and they've been confident. We've included them in everything, and I think they'll play well. You know, it's going to be a tough initiation for them. The Kiwis are going to come out really fired up. I think Louise was a cranky little player when he played for Balmain, and I'm sure he's going to instill that in his team. So we'll know we're in the game.
In saying that, how's Brad Fittler? We were talking earlier about how tired and how draining this season's been. Not just the football, because you haven't had a week off, but the mental fatigue, the constant media commitments, the charities. You're looking a tired boy.
Yeah, actually, this week's been good, I think. When you got the likes of Joey, Darren Lockyer, Trent Barrett, these sort of fellas in your side, you don't really have to think about football. You know, you can go there really, you know, and a lot of people say worry about your own game, but you can just go there, go forward. I'm playing as lock, so that's going to make it a lot easier. And I'm actually looking forward to it. Hopefully we can get something going, you know, thinking ahead to the Kangaroo Tour. And, you know, I'm sure if we can impress this week, then it'll be a great side by the end of the year.
You mentioned the number 13 jersey, and you've avoided it pretty well for a long time, but the inevitable Trent Barrett at number 6, you at 13. Largely, though, it's the same game.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but I think with this side, when you've got Joey, Darren Lockyer also, they're all ball runners and ball players, so I'll be able to concentrate on just, you know, going forward and doing a simpler job. So that's going to make football less complicated, I think.